end the exportation of raw materials. On the foreign scene, South Korean Defense Minister Yong-hyun tries to commit suicide. Our special report is on Afia State as Governor Oti presents 2025 budget estimates. Details of these and more coming ahead, and from Enugu, Nigeria to the rest of the world. Good afternoon and welcome to Afia TV News Today. My name is Alex Obodo. Nigeria has joined the International Information Exchange through a partnership between Afia TV and TV BRICS. The agreement signed by Afia TV CEO Emekamba and TV BRICS CEO Jana Tostikova enables content exchange and joint media productions. Afia TV, Southeast Nigeria's first television channel, will showcase Nigerian culture and perspectives while accessing BRICS media resources. Afia TV CEO and MD Emekamba highlighted the partnership's potential to bridge information gaps and amplify African stories globally. Nigeria is now the 24th country on the TV BRICS network, fostering stronger ties with emerging economies worldwide. The Coalition of Patriotic Democrats, CPD, held its Southeast Zonal and State Executive inauguration in Enugu with delegates and members from the 5 states in the Southeast in attendance. In a separate keynote address, or in their separate keynote addresses, the Zonal National Coordinator emphasized that CPD is focused on monitoring and supporting the government's efforts towards the grassroots. The Zonal Chairman further explained that CPD operates as a non-governmental organization that expects no monetary profit.
CPD is a creation to ensure that we appreciate what democracy is in Nigeria. CPD is here to ensure that people understand that this game called politics is a game of sportsmanship. The government of the day knows what we are doing. We are here to support any government that is in power. At the national level, we must left in the presidency. We know what they are doing. We help them to do those things. Because if you observe, this president has a lot of things he has done, identity, goodwill, cash gift to so many businesses, but these things are not noticed within the masses. Only we hear them in the news. We have not seen them practically. Have you seen? No. So, but this time, CPD is going to be part of this process. We work with the government when they are shifting their paddles, we know where the thing is going.
The Coalition of Patriotic Democrats is a non-governmental organization, what they call NGO. I mean, NGOs. NGO non-profit organization. But no government in the whole world, in the whole function, the non-governmental organization is on an hour. Non-governmental organization have a labor and the government in the I'm going to have opposition to any government, but they work in consonance with government. And as an NGO or a non-profit that I one who take a salary I expect. For the one who is narrow and a move on. Come and ask
The event's highlight was the swearing-in ceremony, during which the newly elected officials took their oaths of office and received their certificates of appointment.
You shall only swear and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Constitution of the Coalition of Patriotic Democrats.
an interview, the Enugu State Coordinator, Reverend Dr. Godson Chinagoram, described CPD as a vital link between the government and the grassroots.
I want to acknowledge everyone that came here today. We appreciate them for coming to make this inauguration a success. Starting from this inauguration, we will reach out to the state government. We're already working in consonance with the federal government, and we know that we will get to you at the grassroots level. So that's our expectation, that CPD will be an association to identify with very, very soon, a household name. We are to build. We are not here to pull down. You know, after every election, some people go ahead and criticize. But criticism without solution is not the issue. If you have a criticism, you have to have a solution to your criticism. And so we are expecting that this CPD will offer solutions. We are not adopting corruption, but we are saying no to those things that is pull down Nigeria. But we aim for a unity in diversity. We know that there are different opinions and different causes, but we know that in Nigeria we can have one voice that is asking for good governance, and let this governance reach to the grassroots, and let the grassroots celebrate the government, and let the government know that they have people at the grassroots. So we are the bridge, and we expect much more to happen as the organization grows.
The woman leader for Afia State, Honorable Mrs. Love Onyebuchi, expressed her excitement about the CPD initiative.
I am very, very happy today for what I'm seeing today. It is a very great one. I came to realize that CPD will change Nigeria, will give us a good change in this Nigeria. So I am thanking everyone in CPD today that we should work hard to contribute in our country, Nigeria, to have a better Nigeria. So CPD, I welcome it in my life.
Chief Mrs. Ada Ebelechukwu Nwankwo, CPD Coordinator for Europe, emphasized that the organization's mission is to ensure that government promises reach the people, and this vision will not be hijacked.
With this, we'll be able to do things. Democracy, we're doing it like CPD is working together in unity, in diversity, and making sure that what the government has promised the people is getting to them. They're following the steps and doing the things the way they have promised. The people in Enugu State, I can see that they had a very good occasion today. That means people are beginning to understand what we have promised to do, how we are going to work together. And if we come in that unity and work together, make sure that democracy fulfills the promises that they have promised the people, and what they have promised to the people gets to the people. The spirit that we have now, what we have, the opinion, everything that we have put together to come to this is not going to be hijacked. It's just to make things get better for us all.
The Governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Dr. Peter Ndubisimba, will hold a town hall meeting within the Enugu on issues of governance and the journey so far. This was made known in a public service announcement signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Chidi Aberonya. Professor Onya noted that the town hall meeting will hold on Saturday, December 14th, 2024, at the Banquet Hall, Old Government Lodge, Enugu, by 12 noon. The statement further invites the representative of the following stakeholder groups: the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, National Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ, heads of broadcast stations in the state, civil society organizations, and non-governmental organizations. Others are community-based organizations, the clergy, people living with disabilities, students' unions and youth councils, heads of security agencies, members of the organized labor, among others. He added that all invited participants are to be seated by 11 a.m. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Enugu State Command, Kanayo Uzuebu, on Tuesday, hosted the Director of the Nigeria Police Force, NPF National Cybercrime Center, NCCC, CP Uche Henry Ifanyi, During a working visit at the State Command Headquarters, GRA, Enugu, the Police Public Relations Officer, Enugu State, DSP Daniel Ndukwe, in a statement, said CP Uzoebu commended the NPF NCCC for its outstanding achievements in combating both national and international cybercrime. He reaffirmed the command's support for the center's initiatives while also encouraging the team to sustain its momentum in the fight against cybercrime. Responding, CP Henry, who doubles as the chairman of the International Police Interpol African Working Group on Cybercrime, informed the command CP of his mission to Enugu, which included the launch of a 2-day cybersecurity awareness program organized by the center in collaboration with non-governmental organizations. He applauded the efforts of CP Uzoebu in maintaining security in Enugu State and emphasized the center's commitment to build the cybercrime fighting capacity of police officers across the force. And lastly, on the regional news, the Executive Director, Human Rights and Conflict Resolution Center in Ebonyi State, George Etemaso, says the center has rescued or has secured the release of over 50 inmates in different correctional centers in the state. Etemaso made this disclosure on Tuesday in Abakaliki during a program to commemorate the International Human Rights Day. He said the feat was achieved through the collaboration of the National Human Rights Commission, Legal Aid Council, Ministry of Justice, Correctional Service, Nigeria Bar Association, and other relevant organizations. He foretells the condition of the Abakaliki Custodial Center, housing over 1,000 inmates, saying that the number was against the original capacity of 370. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll have stories from the national scene. Stay with us.
It's a brand new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending, and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Welcome back to the news today here on Afia TV. We are reaching you live from Enugu, Southeast Nigeria. My name is Alex Obodo. The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has called for stronger partnerships to eliminate tuberculosis, TB, in the country. She made the call at the opening of the 2024 National TB Conference in Abuja, themed Public-Private Partnership and Integrated Service Delivery, Panacea to End TB in Nigeria. Senator Tinubu commended the efforts of Stop TB Partnership Nigeria and the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare for their dedication to tackling TB, highlighting the devastating impact of the disease. She referenced the World Health Organization's 2024 Global TB Report, which shows that Nigeria recorded 467,000 TB cases in 2023, the highest in Africa and sixth globally. In his address, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, emphasized Nigeria's pivotal role in the global fight against TB. He also highlighted the launch of the private sector TB strategy in July 2023 as a significant step towards achieving both national and global TB targets. Away from that now, a High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in Maitama, has ordered the remand of the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, in Kuje Correctional Center, Abuja, pending his bail application. By the court's ruling, Bello may remain in prison till January 29th, when the court adjourned further proceedings in the criminal case involving him. Bello is standing trial along with two others in an alleged 110 billion naira money laundering charge brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. In an earlier ruling on Tuesday, Justice Marianne Aneni faulted the competence of Bello's bail application and held that it was filed prematurely. Justice Aneni held that the application, having been filed when Bello was neither in custody nor before the court, his application was incompetent. Bello's bail application was filed on November 22nd before he was arrested on November 26th and arraigned on November 27th. In two other rulings, Justice Aneni granted bail to each of the two Bello's co-defendants, Omar Oricha and Abdul Salami Hudu, at 300 million naira with two sureties and like sum. The judge said the sureties must have property worth the same amount within the court's jurisdiction. She then adjourned further proceedings till January 29th, 2025. It was learned that Bello's lawyers could file a fresh bail application and apply to the court for an early hearing date. And still on the national scene, a new campaign aimed at boosting women's participation in election and appointee positions while addressing violence against women and girls has been launched in Abuja. The initiative was unveiled during the Citizens Forum on Gender-Responsive Constitutional Reform, organized by the House of Representatives in collaboration with UN Women and other women organizations. Kafiat Obara, chairperson of the House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, stressed the importance of establishing a strong legal framework and fostering collaboration to protect and empower women. She reaffirmed the commitment of the 10th House of Representatives, led by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, to advancing gender equity. Mrs. Ebere Ifendo, chair of the Women's Political Participation Working Group, emphasized the need for constitutional reforms that promote gender equality and uphold the values of diversity, fairness, and equity, helping to lay the groundwork for a more inclusive and equitable society. And to business news now. A bill seeking to mandate domestic processing or at least 30% of raw materials before exportation has passed second reading in the Senate. Sponsored by Senator Nwebonyi Peter, the bill aims to amend the Raw Materials Research and Development Council Act 2024, introducing provisions for local processing and production protection. In his lead debate at Tuesday's plenary, Senator Nwebonyi highlighted the transformative potential of the bill for Nigeria's economy. He argued that mandating local processing would boost local manufacturing industries, create jobs for Nigerians, reduce dependence on imports, and the demand for foreign exchange.
This legislation aims to boost local manufacturing, enhance job creation, and reduce overdependency on importation. and mandating, I repeat, and mandating that no raw material be exported outside Nigeria without undergoing at least 30% processing domestically.
To develop other economies, whereas we have the capacity, the human capital, the technical resources to a kind of act on these raw materials, to process these raw materials. And by not doing so, we are undermining our economy while allowing for the promotion of other economies. But once this bill is passed, it will now be mandatory that these raw materials must be processed here, at least 30%. This will energize the economy by providing jobs, by promoting our real sector. Our real sector will be energized, it will be more up and running. It's very straightforward.
After deliberations, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, put the bill to a voice vote, where a majority of lawmakers voted in favor, allowing the bill to scale its second reading.
For an act to provide for the establishment of raw materials, processing and local production protection, and for later matters 2024, second reading taken. And this bill is now referred to the Committee on Science and Technology to be brought back to the Senate in 6 weeks.
In a similar development, the Senate also gave approval for the establishment of Federal University of Mining and Geosciences, JOS. The passage of the bill followed the consideration of a report by the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund. Chairman of the committee, Senator Mohammed Muntari, said that establishing the Federal University of Mining and Geosciences would deepen research on mineral exploration in Nigeria.
That the Senate do receive and pass the bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Institute of Mining and Geoscience Act 2018 and establish the Federal University of Mining and Geoscience JOS to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration for related matters 2024 as recommended. In conclusion,
Senator representing Plateau Central, Senator Diket Plang, who sponsored the bill, said that establishing the institution will enable Nigeria to build the domestic human capacity, knowledge and skills required for the development of the mining sector.
The public hearing of this bill was overwhelming, where we have even the governor of Plateau, the Bongom of Jos, and 6 first-class traditional rulers and various stakeholders in the mining institute came. I feel that this bill is another opportunity for us to have a university of mines where Nigerians and Nigerian totality is blessed with minerals. And if God has blessed us with mineral resources, it becomes our duty to deepen our knowledge in the area of where we are gifted, so that the exploration, exploitation, and mining of minerals will be done by Nigerians themselves.
Following a clause-by-clause consideration, the Senate passed the bill for a third reading.
A bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Institute of Mining and Geosciences Act 2018 and establish the Federal University of Mining and Geosciences JOS, and for related matters 2024, third reading taken.
And still in business news, the Norwegian oil and gas company Equinor, an energy company that has been involved in Nigeria's oil and gas industry since 1992, has announced that it has finalized the sale of its assets in Nigeria and Azerbaijan for up to $2 billion, marking the end of its operations in both countries after roughly 30 years. As part of its portfolio optimization, Equinor sold its Nigerian assets, including a 20.21% stake in the Agbami oil field operated by Chevron, to Chapel Energies for up to $1.2 billion. Recall that Equinor first announced its plan to exit Nigerian operations in November 2023, bringing to a close more than 3 decades of activity in the country that began in 1992, where the divestment, which now finalized, is expected to boost cash flow in the fourth quarter of 2024. We'll take another break. When we return, we'll have stories from the foreign scene. Stay with us.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owners, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
If you want to get to know about it, have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Hey ladies, join us on Gyna Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breast size. The frequency of breastfeeding determines the approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
You're welcome back to Afia TV News Today. My name is Alex Owodo. To the foreign scene now. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is set to submit a request to Parliament to hold a vote of confidence, the necessary precursor to holding new federal elections after the collapse of his coalition last month. Scholz is expected to lose the vote, slated for December 16th, as his government no longer has a majority. He must then request the president to dissolve Parliament, triggering new elections. The vote will come just 10 days after former French Prime Minister Michel Barnier lost a no-confidence vote, underscoring the unusual degree of political instability plaguing both of Europe's top powers. In other news, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has picked Kimberly Guilfoyle, a former Fox News host turned political fundraiser, as the next U.S. ambassador to Greece, and Tom Barak, the chair of his 2016 inaugural committee, the next ambassador to Turkey. Trump, in a post on social media platform, he explained that Guilfoyle is suited to foster strong bilateral relations with Greece, advancing interest on issues ranging from defense cooperation to trade and economic innovation. Meanwhile, Trump's pick for ambassador to Turkey, Tom Barak, is a longtime friend of the Republican president-elect and also a private equity executive who has previously been charged with unlawfully acting as an agent of the United Arab Emirates and was acquitted in 2022 of all 9 counts he faced. And finally, on the international front, South Korean Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun, who was accused of involvement in a failed martial law attempt, attempted suicide on Wednesday. This development follows the recent arrest of the former defense minister by South Korean prosecutors, who were investigating alleged treason after President Yoon Suk-yeol's martial law implementation. Yoon, who had resigned from his position, played a key role in the temporary martial law implementation as documents from opposition members and information from a senior military official indicate that Yong-hyun had proposed this measure to President Yoon. And to the world of sports now, 9-time Nigerian League champions Enyimba have signed 2013 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON winner with Super Eagles Brownie Dare to boost its chances of winning the 2024-2025 league. The sporting director of the Aba Giants and ex-international Ifeanyi Ekweme confirmed this development on Tuesday. Idea, who will remain with the team until the end of the season, will assist Enyimba sustain its push for the Confederation of African Football CAF Cup glory. Meanwhile, the move will also mark the return of Idea to the domestic scene 17 years after he left Ocean Boys in 2006. And lastly, in sports, head coach Bankole Olowokere has selected FIFA World Cup scorers Shakirat Mushood and Harmony Chidi among a list of 20 players of the Nigeria Under-17 Girls Flamingos for the WAFU B Under-17 Girls Cup starting on Thursday. The Flamingos are in Group B of the two-week competition alongside the Under-17 Girls of Niger Republic and Cote d'Ivoire, while hosts Ghana will play Benin Republic in Group A, following the withdrawal of Burkina Faso and Togo from the tournament. Recall that Nigeria's Under-17 girls reached the quarterfinals of the recent FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup finals in the Dominican Republic, scoring 9 goals in the group phase before they were defeated by the United States of America in the round of 8. Up next is a special report. Governor Alex Oti of Afia State has presented before the State House of Assembly a draft of the 2025 budget to the tune of 750.2 billion naira for the 2025 fiscal year. The governor made the presentation on Tuesday at the hallowed chambers of the State House of Assembly in Umuahia. Afia TV's bureau chief in the state, Emmanuel Nwazwe, has the details.
Presenting the budget before the Assembly, Governor Alex Oti said the government made decent progress in the 2024 budget implementation, thus looks forward to a better performance in 2025.
Mr. Speaker, we have returned to this honorable House as we begin to look ahead to the year 2025. Having noted the decent progress we recorded with a budgetary outlay of 526 billion, which this House approved for the 2024 financial year, I hereby present for consideration of Mr. Speaker and the honorable members a total budget proposal of 750 billion 282 million 200,000 naira only for the 2025 financial year.
Standing at 750.2 billion naira, the draft for the 2025 fiscal year presents a 30% increase from the 2024 budget, benchmarked at 526 billion naira. According to Governor Oti, the budget of sustained momentum, as he tagged it, sees a total sum of 611.7 billion naira, representing 82% of the budget going to capital expenditure.
We have taken into account major economic headwinds such as inflation and exchange rate instability, two complex subjects that have dealt very harsh blows to our fiscal plans and proposals. At any rate, we remain optimistic that the economic environment will be more stable in the new year, even as we work hard to control the variables that are within our powers. In the 2025 financial year, 611.7 billion, representing 82% of the entire budget outlay, will be channeled into capital projects to continue to drive the long-term socio-economic transformation of the state, building on the momentum that had already been recorded in the last 18 months since we assumed office. Furthermore, 138.6 billion, representing 18% of the total envelope, shall be channeled into recurrent expenditures to cover personnel costs, social benefits, overhead costs, and debt services.
Agriculture and agribusiness maintain a prime place in the capital expenditure.
Mr. Speaker, we have set out to make another bold statement of our intent to climb to the top of socio-economic development ladder with some of the most important capital projects that have been captured for execution in the 2025 budget. We have earmarked 13 billion for the setting up of agro-industrial processing zones in 3 local government areas of the state, namely Bene, Okwa, and Umunochi. These projects shall signpost our game plan for the agricultural sector and the commitment to leverage agriculture to drive important economic outcomes such as job creation, wealth generation, and foreign currency denominated receipts. We have strategically budgeted sums in excess of 55 billion for various ongoing and new projects in the 2025 financial year.
On projected earnings, the state's IGR collection is expected to increase by 213% to 100.6 billion naira, a 96% rise in statutory allocation to 183.4 billion naira, a 55% increase in grants to 25.5 billion naira, and a 35% rise in VAT to 55.1 billion naira. The governor said the deficit of 364.1 billion naira, representing about 51% of the total envelope, shall be financed through borrowing from domestic and multilateral channels. In the end, the financial document was symbolically laid before the lawmakers. Here is how the Speaker, the Right Honorable Emmanuel Emerowa, responded to the presentation.
Your Excellency, I thank you for honoring us to present this budget today, and we assure you that we will always cooperate with the executive in the execution of the mandate from our people to move the state forward. Thank you, Your Excellency.
As the lawmakers are expected to scrutinize the budget before its passage, Abians await its sector-by-sector breakdown. In Umuahia, Emmanuel Wazwe reporting.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for that special report. But of course, we will be having a crossover to the Amadeo Event Center here in Enugu, where the Southeast Business and Investment Summit is taking place. And our Business Bureau head is there, Obon Kings. I'll be joining to find out exactly how things are shaping up at the summit. That's after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on your. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did sing. For real.
You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do that.
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does it also mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m., if you want to know more on libations, as I have a conversation with different people from all walks of life who common thread is being Igbo, or doing business with the Igbo, or living in Igbo land. What does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? Cheers. And, oh, I need to do this. Let me pour to our ancestors.
new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Time check is 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Unka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
This is Afia TV, Enugu, and of course at this point we'll be crossing over to have a chat with our business bureau head, Ubon Kings, who is at the Amadeo Event Center where the Southeast Business and Investment Summit is taking place. Just got underway. Good morning to you, Ubon. What is going on? I hope the event has taken off the ground. Hello, Bon, can you hear me?
Yes, the event has taken off the ground at the moment, and a lot of activities, as you can see behind you already. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Bon. Yes. I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Great. So, like I was saying, the event has started proper, and right behind you, you could see already speeches have started, but there's something very key. One of the arguments that has been brought to the table is the fact that most of foreign direct investments or foreign remittances that come into the country come majorly from the Southeast indigents in diaspora. But somehow all of that has not reflected in the development of the Southeast region of Nigeria, and that becomes a case.
We have a bit of a challenge with Ubong's connection, but I believe you can still hear me, Ubong. It's a very touchy subject you are going to there.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, about remittances, well, diaspora remittances making landfall in Nigeria, but they are destined for the Southeast. But of course, you know, the headquarters of every financial institution is where the taxes are collected. So all the monies are accruing to where the headquarters of any office of the banks you are using is domiciled. So it looks like it's going to be a big talking point at this particular summit.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Like the theme itself already says that we're trying to reposition the Southeast to become what it used to be.
All right. I mean, unfortunately,
that needed to be taken so that the Southeast becomes all it needs to be.
All right. I guess we'll be hearing more from you, Ubong. Just a bit of a challenge hearing what you're saying, but it looks like you can hear me. But I'm sure we'll be having a full dose of what's going on at the Amadeo Event Center, where the Southeast Business and Investment Summit is going on. Ubong Kings, thank you so much for giving us a bit of what's going on there. We will be returning to the Amadeo Event Center for the proceedings live on this channel. And to end the news, here's a recap of our top stories. Afia TV and TV Bricks have partnered to strengthen global media collaboration. In Abuja, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has advocated for stronger partnerships to end tuberculosis. On business news, Nigeria Senate has advanced a bill to end exportation of raw materials. And on the foreign scene, you heard that South Korean Defense Minister Yong-hyun has tried to commit suicide. Thank you for watching the news today. Do follow us on all our social media platforms at Afia TV Official. My name is Alex Obodo. It's over now to the Amadeo Event Center for the live transmission of the SEBIS, Southeast Business and Investment Summit. My name is Alex Obodo. Good afternoon.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner.